I am so tired of living my life in survival mode because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments, and a lot of the time they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know damn well if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give. I cannot keep doing this.
The ratio of debt in America now is kind of astonishing. It's now gotten to a point where, first of all, you have like, if you're a homeless person that or maybe somebody that lives in a car or something, you have a better chance of surviving than somebody that has a house. Right now, with the way the economy is going, a lot of people are gonna go into debt, and a lot of people are already in debt. So today we're gonna be talking about all that, everything that has to do with the American economy right now, or the economy in general right now, and how it's gonna look like in the nearest, I'll say like 3 or 4 years. We want to see how it's gonna go. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna, let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like and comment. I'm watching you. The American system now has gotten to a point where a lot of people now are taking out so many loans or taking out debts because they can't afford to pay for anything that they can't, like that they want to pay for. And especially in the fact that prices and everything, like rent and cars and everything, is rising, but the pay rate is still the same. It's crazy because you're putting people in a spot where they literally are not financially stable anymore. And some people do say, though, some people will be out there will be like, oh, why don't you just invest your money, or like save whatever you can in your money. I'm guilty of this because I told my mom that as well. But then I'm realizing that this economy is not meant for you to succeed. It's meant for you to fail and put money in their pockets instead.
Make sure y'all being financially safe this holiday. Shit, really just in general. The 2024 holiday consumer survey just came out, and tell me why 85% of people are about to put their purchases either on credit cards or borrowing money to make the holidays. This is nothing new. This has always been a thing, especially in America. But I think with the rise of Klarna, Afterpay, Pay Laters, it's only risen more, which is fine. If you use this stuff responsibly, baby, yes, it's very good for your credit. It's also very good for your pockets temporarily. But the issue is most likely people aren't going to use it correctly, and they know this. It ain't no coincidence, baby, that your credit limit just went up. I know mine just did, and baby, I ain't been spending on my credit cards. So make sure when you're signing up for that Klarna, if you do want to use it, you are budgeting. You guys need to be budgeting. I prefer a weekly budget so I can really make sure I'm penny pinching if I need to, because these payments really do add up. That $20 quickly comes into $300, $400 a month extra. So y'all be safe. If you don't got the money to pay it in full, please, baby, don't pay it in full, or like I said, budget it and plan ahead to actually pay for it.
First of all, look at the prices of a house, or look at the prices of an apartment. It's like $1,500 for an apartment. Most people don't even get that much paycheck, and if they do, their paycheck is usually at around, like, I'll say like $2,500, $3,000. Now that's fine, you can live with that. But a lot of people, sometimes a lot of people don't tend to not live within their means because they want to have this extravagant lifestyle where they look at the TikToks or they look at social media and they see people having this much fun. Especially in this economy, they see people having a lot of fun, traveling and stuff. So they feel like they want to do that. But the thing is, you can't compare yourself to people like those because what's crazy about that is a lot of those people that post themselves on social media traveling and stuff, it's either they have money from their parents or they're in credit card debt. I'm not talking about actual like celebrities, that people that we already know like make money. I'm talking about people that just in general, like maybe your closest friends or something. Some of them are in credit card debt.
If you're in your 20s and you keep consistently seeing people and you like, oh my God, how are they doing all this? How are they affording all of this? Blah, blah, blah. And you're really confused and you're trying to figure it out, is really one of two, maybe even three options. The first option is credit card debt. Baby, they swiping them cars. They swiping that card. They probably have $30,000 right now in credit card debt. But they're in Bora Bora, absolutely. The second is rich parents. Don't ever underestimate the power of a rich parent. The third is they might be scamming. They might. Small might. And then the fourth, absolute and final, is that they're really just getting to the money. But that's very low on the total pole. It's probably credit card debt.
I need everyone to know this about being in your early 20s. You will meet people that are going to Europe every summer, buying new cars, buying new outfits, going to Coachella. And if you are wondering, how can they afford to be living like this? Like, is something wrong with me that I'm not able to spend like that? Just know they aren't spending like that because they're working harder than you, because they're networking better than you, because they're better connected. They're probably not even generationally wealthy. They are just in massive amounts of credit card debt. How much someone spends and the life that they portray on social media is not necessarily reflective of how much money they are really making. Nothing is wrong with you if you're not able to spend like that. In fact, you are way better off in the long run because you are living within your means instead of going into crazy debt to portray a lifestyle that is far above it.
Right now, the economy is going down, and honestly, I mean, we don't really know how it's going to go from now, but I encourage a lot of people to save their money. Like, save whatever you can in your money, because you never know what emergencies might come up. A lot of jobs are laying people off. I'm lucky enough to be in a job where, you know, it's pretty decent. Like, it's pretty good, but the layoffs are starting to come in a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. And a lot of people, you know, they're getting laid off from their jobs, and when they get laid off, half the time they don't even have money in their savings to really be stable enough for after they leave. So I'm encouraging people, as you know, as much as you can, save up as like $10 out of your paycheck, $15 every paycheck. Now it's gotten to a point where people are now living paycheck to paycheck.
It's no way around not living check to check. We all live in check to check at this fucking point. Because you want to live in a good neighborhood, right? You don't want to live in the hood. Bills and shit, all this shit is not doing nothing but going up. The average fucking apartment, one bedroom is like $1,600. Especially if you living on your own, that's what make it twice as harder. That's why people always try to go out for like a second source of income, really just to have some free fucking money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of fucked up because it's like, okay, let's say you work 2 jobs. You work 2 jobs, you don't have no fucking time to yourself, because when you away from the first job that you at, you thinking about going to the damn second job, or you got to get ready to go to that second job. Like, I swear, like the economy nowadays is like, it's to the point where it's meant for us to struggle. Like, a motherfucker making $25 an hour back in motherfucking 2014, that's goddamn $50 an hour. Now $25 an hour is like $16 an hour. Like, what the fuck? You already got to worry about rent, and then you got to worry about bills outside of your house. Phone bill, car note, and you know it's a law to have insurance, and that ain't even half of the bills that majority of us got. That's why it be so hard to, you know, save money and fucking just maintain a good living at least. I get it, you gotta work without looking at the clock, but god damn.
You can't buy food. Food is expensive. You go to a store, a fucking can of peanut butter, a jar of peanut butter is $5 or $6. When did we get to that point? Everything now is expensive. People can't afford to eat. Can you imagine? They can't afford to live. They can't afford to eat. How did we get here as a society? Because first of all, we weren't brought to this world to work till our fucking legs fall off. So everything is now moved way past not being financially stable. It's now moved to the point where everybody, or a lot of people, if you're not in the top 0.1%, you're gonna be struggling your entire life. And people say, you know, save money to when you get to older age, save money to when you get to like 65. Some people don't make it to 65. In this economy, in this condition, this living condition is not good for a regular human being to go through. You're working people to the bone. Like, literally, you're working everybody to the bone.
This isn't a drill. Y'all need to start saving right fucking now. Trump is going to be handed an okay economy from Joe Biden. I'd like to think that we are in a much better place than we were in 2020, bitch. But he is going to fuck that shit up with the tariffs that he's trying to impose, which U.S. businesses are going to have to pay, by the way, which means higher costs of goods for us. Tax cuts for the ultra wealthy, which isn't going to help working class people at fucking all. In addition to the mass deportations that he's trying to do, undocumented immigrants pay billions of dollars into our tax system every year. You don't think that that shit is gonna fuck up the economy? Please be serious, okay? And then they're talking about denaturalization, bitch. Do you know what that means? People who earn their pathway to citizenship, you're out of here, bitch. You're out of here if they get that through. You're out of here. All of these people pay into our tax system. That's gonna fuck up the.
Some people literally go to work and then go to another job because they're trying to survive. They're never living. They're never working to like have a good life. They're working to survive. We're in a state where if you don't work for a few days, you're fucked. If you don't work for a few days, you're done. You might get kicked out. You might not be able to pay rent anymore. Like people are leaving the job. They'll clock out of the jobs and go to another job, and then clock out, go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing. And then they wonder why people don't want to work anymore. Of course, people don't want to work anymore. Like this, it's really depressing. It's a depressing life. It's a depressing life. You literally can't afford anything. You can't afford to live. House prices are going up. Everything is going up. What do you want the American people? What do you want people to do in general? There's nothing people can do. A lot of people were happy when that United Healthcare CEO died because it takes off so much. Like it makes people relieved that somebody was able to put into action what they were thinking about. Because you're charging people OD amounts of money for services that are not being rendered to them. So like the American system or the system in general is built on lies, it's built on finesse, it's built on fraud. They will charge you, your money is being taken out, and all you can do is just stand and watch. All you can do is just stand and watch because you can't do anything. The entire population now has severely declined when it comes to jobs or people that want to work. Nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody really wants to do anything, and I don't blame them. I don't blame people for not working. Because this is the economy we're living in. You're living in an economy that forces you to work every day.
You know, I wouldn't even mind working if it allowed me to pay my bills and still have some money left over. But the reason why I hate working is because I'm doing all this for literally nothing. And that's what it feels like. It feels like I go to work 40 hours a week, sometimes plus. Sometimes 10-hour days, whatever, however many hour days for absolutely nothing, just to pay bills and then be looking stupid for the next week and a half before I can get another paycheck. Like, that's the problem. The problem isn't necessarily the work. It's that we don't get paid enough to work. Like, we don't get paid enough to work. We don't get paid enough to live. That's the problem.
A lot of people don't want to work, and that's fine, but still at least have something to come in. Okay, those checks that you get every week or every month isn't really gonna cut it, especially in this economy. That will be gone fast, real fast. I'm just saying, the American dream now is no longer the American dream. The American dream is having debt to fulfill whatever dreams you have. That's really it. Go into debt to be able to live a good life. That's what it is. Because a lot of people are going into debt for their houses in order to be stable. And I really hope anybody that's out there that's really like struggling, I hope you find your foot, find a stable ground to land on. If you're doing a regular 9 to 5, just make sure you're saving as much as you can, even if it's just like $5, $6, $10, $15. The money that you're using to buy Chipotle or some shit, or like buy some fast food, put that money into a savings account and just keep it in there. High yield savings account. Just keep it in there. And just let it grow as much as it can. The economy right now, we might be going into a deep recession at some point. We're gonna find out in the next few months. But whatever you can, save as much as you can. These jobs are not loyal to you. They will fire you in an instant. So make sure you have something like an emergency fund that you can rely on when things go bad. We're gonna dive into like some more debt in the next videos, especially student loan debt and just credit card debts and all that. I'm gonna dive into them in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. I feel like this is something that now it needs to be talked about a lot more. I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.